And that's my mother. I would do anything for my mother. So I would expect my mother to do anything for me. And this person hurt me. This person destroyed me. And you didn't protect me. You had an opportunity to where you could have avenged me and you didn't take it. So how do you hate someone that you love so much? So I feel like that was always his constant dilemma with her. And while R. Kelly was famous, or Robert Kelly was famous, in the early 90s and stuff, especially, he and his mother's relationship was kind of strained. Like they kind of didn't see each other a lot. So if you care so much about this person, why not see them? So with Robert not really visiting his mom and being around her, I feel that that animosity kind of shows. It's like I have to love you from a distance, so because I feel like he never got over it, and then in his mind frame, he never really got a chance to fully grow up because he was traumatized by it. So he's like froze in that moment because nothing was done about it. And then when you are abused, you kind of have this pattern about you to where it's this hole inside of you that other people, especially that have been abused, can notice immediately. They can see that hurt inside of you because they share that pain. So it's like our auras, our energies attract to each other. If you're down and really down and you go hang out with somebody that's really down, you two are going to get along just fine just because your energies are matching each other. But somebody that's super happy and super bubbly isn't going to want to hang out with someone that's like mildly depressed all the time. It's just like, yeah, no, this is going to work. You're trying to make fetch happen and it's not. So, it's different. But I just feel like maybe that's part of the reason why he never fully grew up. He never got to deal with it. It was definitely swept under the rug. He was torn and destroyed from it, probably petrified, afraid. What if this person comes back? What if they try to come and take me? I'm home alone sometimes, and things like that. So he's probably petrified, because this person is still free. And I told this person that I would never tell. And as a victim myself, when they tell you to not tell, it's something about it that is just like you just so to break that, it's like you kind of want that person to go to jail because or at least because it's just like I need you away from me because I've said this and I know I'm not supposed to, and you threatened me so much or you said what's going to happen, so it's not I'm afraid of what's going to happen, and you're a child. So it's not like you're an adult and someone's threatening you. You're a child. So it's just like I'm sure he was really afraid. So I feel like that's where he got instilling that fear, into the women because that's what happened to him. That's where he learned. And you have to remember he's stuck in a mind frame, I believe, to where he won't fully heal because he has not ever taken accountability. He has not acknowledged the fact that he is sick and that he really needs to do something just because he's been in discussion around it, or it's like it's always been talked around, not actually talked, spoken directly to, and nobody's holding him accountable. Nobody, his team, everybody's enabling him. So at the same time, why wouldn't he feel godlike? Why wouldn't he feel like he can get away with anything for as long as he wants to, just because he's never had to take accountability? And he still to this day does not want to. You see in all of the Lifetime clips, they make sure they put that, all this, is pretty much alleged. R. Kelly, Robert Kelly dismisses all of this. He wants no parts. This is all false claims, smear campaign, all of that stuff. They make sure they put it on every episode, and I respect that because they're like, look, this is their side. There's their side, and we're sure Robert Kelly has his own, but he's never coming forward to talk about it. He doesn't really care because he feels as if he's done nothing wrong. So of course he's not going to acknowledge it. So I mean, maybe if he's found guilty, then he will. That's really the only thing I can see because he ain't getting out. So I mean, might as well go ahead and tell the truth and apologize. So but whatever. And so yeah. So I'm about to finish this video up, but I mean that's I appreciate all the women. Shout out to the women, but I did want to acknowledge one more thing. I'm not about to go through the entire documentary because it's a lot of public information that they're just redisplaying. So I mean, you definitely go over and check it out. I'm not whatever. It was like what 5 or 6 hours. I'll pass. So gross. But shout out to all the women. I really appreciate hearing your story. Good, bad, or indifferent. There's even some things that I kind of question it, but still at the same time, I don't feel that I need to disrespect the women to do that. Their story is their story. You have to look at these women as victims because that is what they are. Whether you want to believe their story or not, they still are victims. So treat them that way. So then when other people are being hurt, people that sit right next to you that have been hurt, When they want to come forward about something, they will feel comfortable doing it. If you're sitting there bashing people that have went through something either similar or as identical, why would they ever come forward? Share them off. Share them off. So, okay, moving on because I want to talk about this. So there was these white girls on there. Hey, white girls. So there was these white girls on there, and one of their name was Lindsay Dunn. I'm not saying Perryman. Perryman Dunn. Lindsay Perryman Dunn. And hey, girl, gross. And her sister Jen Emmerich, right? Okay, so they started the whole what was it called? The hashtag Unmute R. Kelly movement or whatever. Toast don't care because I didn't follow it. But anyways, um Lindsay Perryman Dunn, I don't know, girl, shorten it, pick a team. But she was R. Kelly's personal assistant slash manager because she became the manager. She got an upgrade and became the manager from 1999 to 2007, right? So her sister, Jen Emmerich, she also worked for R. Kelly. So, or Robert Kelly. So here's my thing, girls. So, okay, she worked for him until 2007, both of them, right? He was acquitted around then, 2007, 2008, around that time. Okay. He also got divorced around that time too. Okay. I'm not I'm not doing that. But anyways, he got divorced around that same time too. So there was a lot of people jumping ship because she worked for him, this Lindsay Perryman Dunn. She's the same one. She was on the documentary saying, I never saw a reason to call the police. I never saw anything happen. I never saw anything inappropriate. I never saw R. Kelly do anything. Like, I don't know what these girls are talking about, basically. Like, unmute R. Kelly. What are you guys doing? I love the song I Believe I Can Fly. So, she, her and her sister, they started basically they said they didn't, I mean, because also there was this page on Facebook and stuff that was the whole surviving lies or whatever. So they basically came on to clear their name because they didn't start it, but they said that they support it. Okay, so then you started it. Okay, God. You started this movement with the whole hashtag unmute R. Kelly, but you didn't start surviving lies. Okay, girl. So whatever. Gross. So ew. But I'm just like, okay, girl. Okay, we totally believe you. But she was kind of rude. I mean, a lot of people really didn't like her. Didn't neither one of them because it was a distaste to the victims because they ew. So whatever. But I noticed, if you noticed in this documentary, and also in Carrie Kelly's book, he states that there was a movie, I forgot what the movie was at the time, it was in the 90s, so it's old. But there was a movie that R. Kelly had gotten, or Robert Kelly had gotten, and they wanted to watch it. It was like a new release or whatever, yeah, whatever. So they wanted to watch it. And, Robert Kelly was like, no, you guys got to get your own. Like, yeah, no, I'll pass. I'm going to watch it on my own. Get your own. So Carrie Kelly, as the thief he is, ended up taking the tape, stealing, if you will, and allegedly, well, not allegedly because he said he did it, but so he said he took the tape, and when he takes the tape home, he puts it in, and there are two younger Caucasian ladies in the tape, young girls, and they range from the age of like 13 to I don't know what the other age was because he didn't necessarily say, but he said that the ladies, the girls, I should say, in the tape said their names. I mean, not their names, their ages. So check out the documentary to see more. But he says that, right? So then I started to think because he said there was two, right? Now this is alleged. All right. So I'm sitting there thinking, and it's just like, okay, well, Lindsay Perryman, Dunn, and Jen Emmerich, you guys were pretty young when you guys were his managers and like personal assistants. I mean, because I believe Lindsay said she was like, what, 20 or 21 or something like that when the trial was going on in 2007, right? So then I started to think, were those two girls in the tape you girls? I'm just saying, it's just a question. I'm not accusing or kind of speculating, but this is alleged. I'm just wondering, were those you girls? Because you guys got promoted pretty quick. And on top of you guys getting promoted pretty quick, you also are Caucasian and you're like around him. And rumor has it that even the girl from the first trial, Rashonda, is still around him to this day. So he has a pattern of keeping the people, especially that he quote unquote abused, around. So, girls, because Carrie said that R. Kelly took that tape of the Europeans gals and he burned it, when he gave back, because he gave back. And, Robert burned it. Were they you? Because I haven't seen any other like European ladies around. And you guys are going pretty hard for him, like in a Stockholm syndrome kind of way. So I was wondering, are you guys victims or ex-employees? Because you had a lot of stank on the documentary. Just wondering. All alleged. No proof or anything, just wondering. Because you guys were pretty young. Go back to 2007. I believe you guys were done working for him around the time of the trial and everything. Get scared because multiple tapes were found. Were you guys on one or two of them? Whatever. All speculation, all alleged. But yeah, you guys had a lot of sassafras on there, like giving me real Azrael Clary, you know, Joyce and the Savage energy. I'm gonna ride for my man, type of situation. Hashtag unmute. R. Kelly is what. Yeah. So all speculation, all alleged. Yeah. But that's my review. I love you guys. Come back. Sean every way.